Welcome, everyone, to the Kia Knicks postgame show. All good for the Knicks this afternoon in OKC as they beat the Thunder 119-97. R.J. Barrett and Julius Randle led the way. Barrett, a career-high 32. Randle, a triple-double. First Knick with at least 2 triple-doubles in the same season since Mark Jackson all the way back in 88-89. From our Delta MSG studios, great to have you with us. Bill Pito along with Wally Zerbiak. Great game from Barrett, great game from Randle. Quickley was really good, so too was Alec Burks. But what was the significance, Wally, of Frank Ntilikina getting the start because Rose and Payton are out, and Ntilikina picking up 2 quick fouls, playing only 5 minutes, and then not getting back into the game till only about a minute left?
This is why I love Tom Thibodeau. He's going to go with guys he trusts. He's going to give you the opportunity. If you don't perform, he's going to put the next guy in. And if that guy performs like Immanuel Quickley performs, he's not going to put you back in the game. Tom Thibodeau is not in this business to make friends with his players. He's in this business to win games and turn around the Knicks franchise. That's his job. He's doing it this year. So he's going to go with the guys that are going to perform and produce. And Frank Ntilikina got the opportunity in a predicament with the 2 Knicks starting point guards and Elfrid Payton and Derrick Rose are out, so you need someone to fill the void, and he got 2 fouls in 5 minutes, and the offense was not being executed properly. Immanuel Quickley came in the game, Alec Burks came in the game, the bench was much better, so he couldn't get Frank back in the ballgame because the Knicks needed this win.
All right, so the Knicks get a win that they really needed. And how about Julius Randle bouncing back? Worst game of the year in Milwaukee on Thursday, and 26, 12, and 12. 12 assists, by the way, for Randle, a new career high.
That's what all-stars do. You can't play great for 82 games, or 72 in this season. It's a little bit short. But if you do have a bad game, and it was probably his worst game of the season, you bounce back and you come back with a monster triple-double, and you get you get your squad a win they really needed. This was a great performance. I thought early on in the game he looked more aggressive. He was looking to score, and then when he gets pieces around him, like Bullock when he's knocking down shots right there, like Alec Burks and like Quickley, it really helps his game and makes his offensive game easier. I've been saying it all along. You can't ask him to carry the starting unit when there's only one other scorer in that starting lineup, in R.J. Barrett. It's just too much to handle. You need guys around him that can score, that can open up the floor for him and take away the double teams and not allow teams to just double and triple team him all the time.
All right, so Randle does his part, and you're talking about the other offensive weapon in the starting 5. R.J. Barrett has become really consistent. When you look at the last 10, 11 games, he's up around 18 a game. The career high 32 in this one, and he did major damage in the third quarter with 13 points.
Yeah, and I love what he said in his post-game interview. He said, and Clyde asked a great question. He said, why are you playing so well this year? And he said, I put in the work because I want to be a guy the coach can trust in games like this. And 32 points, a career high, coming off one of their worst performances of the season. You get a lot of cred with your coach when you put on this type of performance. Coach is going to know that when times are tough and he needs a win, he knows who to go to. And R.J. Barrett has been clutch in big games down the stretch, making big shots, and it's all because he is a pro. And he lives the game of basketball on the court and off the court. And that's what you have to do in the NBA if you want to be great. You're going to have ups and downs as a player, you're going to have ups and downs as a team, but your true colors really shine and show in moments of adversity. And R.J. Barrett with quite a performance today. He's on his way to having a pretty special career.
I give him so much credit. When he's had those terrible shooting slumps, he's bounced back. There was a stretch there, Wally, when he was not playing a lot in the fourth quarter, bounced back.
Yep.
And he's only 20 years old. How difficult is that for a player of that age to be so resilient mentally?
It's not easy. It's not easy at any age. And that's what you have to learn as a young player, that's what it takes to be great. And that's why the great ones are the great ones. Not everyone can handle that type of adversity and that type of mental strain that it puts on you when you're tested in those situations. And Tom Thibodeau, as a coach, he's going to test you. He's going to see what you have mentally and whether he can count on you when he needs you. And that's why he's a winning coach, and he's starting to develop a winning culture. And if you're not on board, you're going to become situational, and you don't want to be situational.
Around here this year, no one wants to be situational. No. When you look at the game and the way it went, the Knicks struggled in the first quarter. How about Burks and Quickley in quarter number 2? The two combined in the first half for 21 points. I think that was one of the keys to the game.
It was, and that's what you need. Listen, this OKC team is decimated with injuries and trades, so you need guys that are going to go out there and make plays. You can't just, OKC is still a professional NBA team, so they're not just going to hand you a win on their home floor. You have to go out there and earn it. And in order to earn it, you need a bunch of guys playing well, and that's what the Knicks had today. Immanuel Quickley, I think he really, really saved the Knicks in this game, because that starting unit without a true point guard, they were really struggling. And when he came in the game, even though maybe he's not a pure point who's going to look to always set up the offense and look to pass, he's going to get buckets. And the Knicks needed those 21 points that he brought off the bench. And he said to Tom Thibodeau, I'm going to make you play me, because, there have been times where Quickley's, had a short leash and he's kind of been pulled quickly when he misses a couple shots. But tonight, he said, I'm going to do what I do. I'm going to help this team win, and, knocking down shots and getting buckets is what he does. Look at this performance. The 4 assists is great. He had a huge steal, which was awesome in the backcourt, got R.J. Barrett an and-one opportunity. That's a complete game when the Knicks really needed it without 2 of their frontline starting point guards. So Immanuel Quickley, big-time performance for a young rookie like this. He's stepped up again.
Now, Wally, when he comes in and is effective right away making shots, it seems like it carries through. When he comes in and is cold right away, it seems like that carries through.
Well, it's also, he has a short leash. If he like Obi Toppin and Immanuel Quickley, if they play 5 minutes and the score goes in the opposite direction, they miss 2 or 3 shots, they miss a defensive assignment, they're on the bench. And their next opportunity to get in the game, hopefully for them, will be in the second half. And sometimes Tom Thibodeau will be like, this is too close of a game. I don't know if you're going to do the same thing you did in the first half, so I don't know if I could put you back in the game in the second half. This is how Tom Thibodeau handles rookies. He needs them to earn his trust, and once he earns their trust, he's going to play them more, and Immanuel Quickley is certainly doing that.
One of the themes so far, when the Knicks have a rare bad outing, really is it back-to-back bad outings.
Yes.
And that was again the case this afternoon as Tom Thibodeau's team bounces back in style, beating OKC 119-97. We'll hear from the coach when we come back right after this.